Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Sunday, the 28th of June, 2026. Starting off looking here at the synoptic picture, finally a little bit of a change, some low pressure out to the northwest here. And with that, these two cold fronts passing overhead the UK. In the lead, this sort of decaying front here, so not a great deal expected from that. Except a little bit of a change of air mass, followed soon by a slightly more established cold front, and that should be clearing. We look at the picture for midday, weakening and clearing by around midday to early afternoon here. And beneath here we have this ridge of high pressure working its way in. So looking into tomorrow, we've got a nice new air mass and a ridge of high pressure, so expecting quite a good soarable day tomorrow. But back to today, you can see here evidence of those fronts, quite a lot of cloud embedded there, and that working its way in from the west. Rain radar showing some lighter showers associated with that, but again, a fairly weak feature, or certainly a weakening feature as it moves across. Local Met Office rain prediction showing, again, a lot of those showers out to the west. Possibility of one or two of those just very, very slightly nicking us late morning, but I suspect they'll mostly have dissipated by that time. And so we'll just be left with reasonably soarable air mass behind, albeit with quite a lot of cloud. Iridium showing this morning 2 to 0 degrees, 14 knots, a little bit windier than we've seen in the last few days. Presently broken cloud at 1,300 feet, but greater than 10 kVs. Farnborough, they're similar in terms of the wind, 40 degrees, 12 knots, 10 kilometers of visibility, scattered at 3,000 feet. Prop 30 of up until 10 o'clock this morning, broken at 1,400, and then a possibility. Prop 30 between 11 and 2 local of 8,000 meter vis and showers, which we saw there in the picture. So whether or not those actually reach us, we'll just have to wait and see. Winds aloft to the south of us, west-southwesterly, about anywhere between 15 and 30 knots at flying height. To the north, a little bit more southwesterly, between 250 and 230, 20 knots. Winds on the ground, windy here, showing the surface wind, and they very much southwesterly flow across Lasham there down runway 23. And the local Met Office forecast giving us speeds of only around 10 knots, gusting a maximum of 23. Still quite high on the UV warning, so even though it's a bit cooler, do still take care, cover up, and drink plenty of water. GFS showing about 22 to 23 degrees in the warmest part of the day, with a dew point of 13. So definitely much cooler, much more comfortable, and still plenty of UV. We're currently up to 18.8. We had an overnight low of about 16 or 17 degrees there. The dew point is 14.3. The view on the south side looking to the west, you can see quite a lot of cloud level, but it's looking vaguely soarable already. Fairly blustery southwesterly flow. I think much of what we can expect today is quite a lot of this Altair Q out to the west that you can see coming in with some Q embedded or beneath. The cross section here on SkySight is showing actually much the same. Altair Q coming in from the west, quite thickening up, actually reducing the amount of surface heating we're getting, but should be fairly soarable underneath up to 3,500, maybe 4,000 feet later on in the day. We will have to wait and see, but still expecting it to be soarable, but of a fairly late window. Cloud distribution here on top, Meteo showing from 9 o'clock local to begin Q and Altair Q beginning to thicken, coming in from the west. And that's with us more or less the entire day, starting to thin out a little bit elsewhere, but still staying fairly established over Lasham until 5 or 6 o'clock this evening. It starts to blue out, and there should be, if anyone were to want to fly this evening, there should have been plenty of opportunity. Low times, nothing to concern given the forecast. 24 and 20, a couple of BBMF fly past 20 is at Aldershot, so that's not a concern for us. 24 is to the north, just south of Benson, that is north of Reading. We'll move on now to border bookings. Fairly quiet day, just the Geo on Compass flying, and a K21 for the casualist with a K13 on trial lessons. There is some single seater availability, plenty of single seater availability, and just one on the casualist. So if anyone is around and would like to do some instruction, that would be greatly appreciated. Nothing expected this morning as regards to movements. And a reminder about the wave expedition. And we are starting to get through the summer, so it will be upon us before we know it. So make sure you don't miss out on the opportunity and book your place. Okay, so in summary, we have a cold front, or a series of cold fronts approaching from the west, largely dissipating before arriving overhead. So very big possibility of some light showers here late morning, and we're looking at dense Alto Q that's soarable beneath. There's a moderate to gusty southwesterly flow, and with that, we'll operate runway 23 with cables on the east side. Do still look after yourself with water, sunscreen, and a sun hat, despite the cooler temperatures. And here's our airfield set up to finish winching on the east side, air towing on the west side grass, and landing well into the field. That's all from me this morning, and we'll see you out there later. Have a good day, make the most of the weather, and keep it safe.